Hi, my name is Brandon Jones, and welcome back to the second episode of my series where we discuss the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens by Sean Covey. Okay, so in the last episode, we didn't really discuss much about the book. All we really discussed was what the book holds and what the 7 habits are. But in today's episode, we're going to discuss the first habit, being proactive. So, when looking at what being proactive is, the dictionary definition is creating or controlling a situation by causing something to happen rather than responding to it after it has happened. But my personal definition would be making a good reaction out of something that maybe caused you to become mad, sad, or just some type of emotion and creating a positive experience for it. So after hearing the definition of being proactive, some synonyms I came up with were being dedicated, being enthusiastic, taking charge in what you're doing, being eager, and also being passionate about whatever you are working towards. So after reading throughout the first chapter and finding out what being proactive really is all about, the main takeaways I got were being a reactive person or a proactive person, the circle of control, shaping yourself and not letting past or present mishaps shape who you are today, having a can-do attitude, and also just having the tool of pushing pause. Now we're going to take a pause there and move to a different setting so we can get another person's opinion and outlook on what the first chapter was all about. All right, guys, I'm back. As previously said, I said that we were going to get another opinion on what the first chapter was all about. And here's my guest, Ashlyn Ford.
Hey.
And she's going to give her opinion on what the first chapter about being proactive was all about to her.
So, being proactive is basically just taking responsibility for yourself, for your life, because you are the ultimate driver of your life. And I feel like you shouldn't wait for anyone to, take charge of your own life because it's your own life. So.
Okay, so back to the main things that I took away from the first chapter, starting with being a proactive person or a reactive person. So, a characteristic of a reactive person is that they make choices based on impulse. So it's not very a well thought out process of what you should do. It's just like, oh, I'm feeling like doing this now, so I'm gonna do it. More like in a different word, it's kind of like a spontaneous action.
So proactive people make choices based on their values. They think before they act. They recognize that they can't control every situation, but they can control what they do about it. Unlike reactive people who are like full of carbonation, you can shake proactive people up. You can take off the lid and like nothing happens. No fizzing, no bubbling, no pressure. They stay calm, cool, and collected and in control.
And being reactive or proactive isn't only limited to like the action that you do. There's also language that goes along with it. For example, reactive language is kind of like, I will try, that's just the way I am. There's nothing I can do to change it. I have to, I can't, or you ruin my day, instead of taking accountability for your own mistakes.
Proactive language is basically just saying things like, I'm not going to let your bad mood affect my day. There has to be a way. I choose to. Let's look at all of our options. I can do better than that, and I'll do it.
We've already finished talking about the difference between proactive people and reactive people, and now there are can-do attitudes and no can-do attitudes. So can-do people with can-do attitudes take initiative to make things happen, think about solutions and options, and they also act.
So no can-do people, they wait for something to happen, they think of problems and barriers, and they are acted upon.
Okay, so having a can-do attitude, you're courageous, persistent, and smart. Also, can-do thinkers are creative, enterprising, and extremely resourceful. Okay, to finish up on can-do attitudes and can-do people, I found this quote by George Bernard Shaw very interesting, and it kind of explains what a can-do person is. People are always blaming their circumstances for what they are. I don't believe in circumstances.
I agree.
The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for circumstances they want, and if they don't find them, then they make their own. Yesterday we had to take a quick break because our class period ended. But picking up where we left off, we're going to finish habit 1, being proactive, with just pushing pause on certain things in your life. Okay, so basically what pushing pause means, it's that you're taking a quick moment or a stop in whatever you're doing to recollect your thoughts and regroup. So, a direct quote that I took from the book that kind of explains everything is that sometimes life is moving so fast that we instantly react to everything out of sheer habit. If you learn to pause, get control, and think about how you want to respond, you'll make smarter decisions. And so, with that being said, covering over a lot of things in chapter 1 about being proactive, the last thing I can say is that being proactive is all about kind of being a better person in general, finding good solutions to certain problems, and overall thinking before you act. See you guys in episode 3, and we are going to be talking about beginning with the end in mind.